Let's talk about the secret on flirting with him through text part 2. Freakier version. Now, these are really important because this is going to leave space for him to imagine what you're actually saying. Word by word, this is exactly things that you are going to say to him. Word for word. So the first one, okay, these are bold, okay? I warned you. I wrote it down. It says, I'm wondering what it's like to kiss you. I'm gonna send this and like, you know that like he's by himself, especially if you already have a good relationship with him right now. This is how you're gonna exactly level it up a little. Because in order to level up with our crush and get to the point where we want to, we have to create some bold moves. So I'm wondering what it's like to kiss you. He's gonna say something like, oh yeah. You're gonna be like, yeah, like where would we do it? And he'd be like role play a little bit low key, and he'd be like, I don't know, like we could do it after school. It sounds corny when I'm saying it in person. Okay, but when you say them on text, like this is gonna be a different energy. Now another one, okay? You wanna text him and you wanna say, I'm wearing my favorite outfit to class tomorrow. Okay. If he's interested, if you want to know, does my crush actually like me? He's going to respond and say, well, what is it? Or he'll say, send a pic, I want to see. That, my friend, is where you come in and you say, you're going to have to wait. You can also say, a little bit more friskier, maybe come over so I can show you now. Or maybe you should call me so I can show you. Another one you could do. This is more of like a late night one. I don't suggest you doing a lot of late night texts all the time because we don't want this guy to think that he can only text us when it's night and when he's alone and when you're available. So only do this every now and then when you really want to talk to him. And if you know he's up, maybe you saw his activity on Instagram, maybe you saw he was active, he's gonna respond and be like, oh, like what's up? Like, are you okay? Text him something like this. Now you could really say anything after this. One that I thought about, okay, and I wrote it down, is that I'm imagining you cuddling me right now. Wish you were cuddling me right now. Something like that. Thinking about that one night that we went out, so it could help me fall asleep easier. It could be anything along those lines. If you do the cuddling one, he's gonna say something probably like, oh yeah, like that would be nice. When he says something like that, you're gonna respond and you're gonna say, well, how would you do it? We'll give you a play-by-play. Now, like I said, these are definitely like a lot more bold. That's why I would suggest you also watching part 1, because that's kind of like more of the basic understanding. If you're like, Lori, like I'm too scared to do this, like we're not on that level. You can always be sarcastic. You want to make sure when you're doing it on text, you either A, use emojis, B, use ... you use like an LOL or a haha. We don't want to pull him back. Like for example, I wrote down, if he does something, you could say, you're lucky I'm being nice. Another one, if he takes a while to text back, you could be like, oh, you finally texted me. You could also say something like, oh, I was having such a good day until you texted. Maybe on text, you could send him a song. Like there was this one song, but it was an MGK song, and I sent it to my crush. The lyrics were like how like they really like each other and how they like meet up in secret and stuff. And he was like, why are you sending me that? I responded, and I think I said something like, you know why. I was really bold, but it ended up working. Okay, so like something you could say here, you kept distracting me today. One too I wrote is, I can't stop thinking about what you said earlier. He's gonna be like, what? What I did right too is, I have to tell you something, but I can't. He's gonna be like, well, what do you mean? Tell me. I want you guys to know that my DMs on Instagram are always open, and I have a YouTube channel, guys. Please subscribe. And I'm thinking about making a podcast that you guys can always reach out to me. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. So hopefully I have a voice. Okay.